Hello everyone, it's Stray Faye here with another episode of Olympia Soiree. Alright, the ending of Yosuga's route is starting to near its head. Last episode we have a little bit more conflict being stirred up. Not directly by Sakyo, but kind of indirectly. The military was after Masuhana. We were able to hide her away. Nagusa reared his head again, but luckily he was easily managed by Yosuga, which was quite refreshing. Just see him be quite easily put in his place. But something has to go wrong, like everything's turning out like too well, I guess. Like so far Sakyo hasn't been able to touch us yet. So, yeah, after a frustrating romance scene where Fyakia gets kicked out, let's start this chapter. Complications. A new day. Yesterday, my ribbon was abruptly untied. Then I was shoved out of the room without ceremony. I know, she got left high and dry. How could he? Now the very person responsible was on his way here. Was it because my hair color changed? I mean, that could be it. But he was kind of like unsurprised on with that point. Or like the idea that like the soulmate part. He's like, oh dear. Like if we're actually gonna get married, like the thoughts in his head is like, if we're gonna get married, I should probably do this right. Do it the right way. We were still in the middle of figuring out our plans too. What in the world is he thinking? Lady Olympia, Chigaya. Yes? Lord Yosuga of the Purple has arrived. Alright. Have a meeting with Daddy Douma. It's gonna ask, I'm assuming the blessing. Yosuga is really here. I wasn't accustomed to seeing Yosuga in the daylight. I know, he's on the surface, he's in our house, next to Douma. I don't think we've ever seen these guys, like, interact in the same space. And in front of him was Douma. I apologize for the delay. Douma directed me with his eyes to stand next to Yosuga. This felt no different from being at Ashanitan. Getting interrogated. It has been some time, Yosuga of the Purple. Indeed it has, Grandmaster Douma. How's life in Yomi? It has been quite pleasant. Was you responsible for putting him down there? I assume you know about this girl attending a hearing at Ashanitan. I had intended on accompanying her, but she requested my absence. So what brings you here? Something of urgency that requires a messenger be sent. Yes. Though they were smiling, I could tell neither of them would let their guards down. Both of them are scheming individuals, very, very like. I could only listen on in silence. I formally request your permission to marry her. Yosuga! My loud voice echoed across the quiet room, so I thought he's asking for his blessing. I am unable to bear being apart from my love any longer, so I have crawled out of the depths of Yomi to be with her. I am prohibited from the act of mating, to atone for the sins committed by my people. Nevertheless, I find myself unwilling to give up. And what do you know of her? I know she caused your hand to be mutilated. He's into that. Apparently he's very much into that. The power to be able to just end him on a whim. The women of Tenyo Island. You have some kind of power, don't you? So Yosuga did know all along. I mean, that's what he was insinuating. He knows a lot. Like, he's been under Tsukiyomi for his whole life, practically. As someone who carries the weight of past sins, I believe it makes her more fitting to be my wife. We're both gonna be sinners. I was so confused that I couldn't say a word. And yet, Yosuga still stood tall in front of Douma. He showed no trace of fear whatsoever. Whether you inhabit Yomi or some delirious reality is no concern to me. But the white blood must be preserved. Yosuga, as a man of the purple, you have been made aware that one of our men met a grisly end at the hands of a woman he attempted to violate. I have been told, of course. You wish that this girl consume your soul and end your life in the same miserable fashion. I just like realizing like, oh, Douma and Yosuga's voice has like quite a similar register. Douma, stop! I'm not like, what? Like, we're just making me sound like some sort of soul eater here. We will escape that fate. He spoke boldly with an unshaken faith. That alone made me want to cry. I mean, it's just that one man. It's not like the whole purple is responsible for that one man. I believe her when she says she will not kill me. There is a foolish law allowing her the right to choose a man of any color class. Why must you come to request my consent? She has been able to survive to adulthood due to the generosity of your care and protection. At the very least, you are more human to me than Tsukiyomi. That's an interesting thought. They're both outsiders. They both, I assume, have long lifespans. Being raised at that man's side has taught you to speak in such gratifying manners. To think that 15 years ago you were a child of such miserable hopelessness that you cannot even bear to look at me in the eye. Yet I survived in that world without sunlight. Yes, you survived. Douma took a step forward. Do you take me for some kind of fool? I know you are plotting something against that man from the Violet. Surprise! Should you survive your trifling quarrel, come show your brazen face to me once more. Okay. Well, we got his blessing, kind of. He's just like, do your business and we'll talk some other time. Well, that was rather scary. You're the only one I know who's been able to stand up to Douma like that. I'm impressed. After so long, I wish to pay my respects to him as a man instead of the wretched child I was before. I'm glad we were both able to survive until now. Yes, I suppose. I know she caused your hand to be mutilated. Wait, was Tsukiyomi the one who told you about Douma's hand? Or did we mention it? I like confusing. I thought I remember Byakuya actually mentioning it, but maybe I'm thinking of a different route. Like, memories are crisscrossing. He was terribly worried about you. Were you scared when you heard it? After all that, I am a man of the purple, you know. Ah. That's right. You did see more than your share of awful things by then. I have a rough idea of what happened. All you did was try to protect yourself. Sometimes I wonder if there's a way to replace my hand with Douma's. You are human, so you cannot simply change parts like Camellia can. I know. But I think it is lovely of you to consider that. I formally request your permission to marry her. Wasn't all this happening out of order? Maybe. Yeah, a little bit. Got a little down pat in the bedroom, and he's like, oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Unless what happened yesterday was his way of proposing to me. Let us visit the Blue District. Alright, we're going all around. Now that he's out of Yomi. Though I doubt she will show her face while I am around, I will keep watch of you from the shadows. How about that? Okay, what happened just now? Yosuga? Isn't there anything else you want to say? I do have things to say. Plenty, in fact. But not now. Huh? I will tell you when I feel like it. The tone of his voice is making it hard to tell if he was serious or trying to avoid the subject. Is that how these things work? First, we need to corner those two. You're right. With that, we made our way to the Blue District. Well, I'll be hiding nearby. In that outfit? Not exactly stealthy, but okay. Be careful. Though you'd probably be fine no matter what. I would abandon the robe. His poofy robe. As planned, I would first draw out Elder Sister. Calm down and stay focused. I need to observe her every move. As I looked around nervously, I saw Elder Sister approaching as gracefully as usual. Fortunately, she had no maids accompanying her. That's kind of dangerous, but I guess this is her home. Welcome to the Blue Olympia. Good day. What brings you here today? Do you wish to discuss your husband-to-be? Well... Is there something that is bothering you? There is one very big thing bothering me. That sounds terrible. I wanted to believe in her. Yosuga told me about an old story. About the day he lost his family to Haku. Ah, I see. It was an incredibly tragic event. Nothing about her seems unusual. It seems he snuck back into his house after the cleansing so he could see his family. He said he found a beautiful handkerchief there. Her expression changed. So Elder Sister is involved after all. I realized with the panic that I didn't know how to follow what I said with anything else. I didn't expect her to look so flustered by that revelation. Elder Sister, Suddenly someone grabbed my shoulder from behind. Before I had a chance to see who it was. Lady Shura. Ayame! Wait. Is he like a spitting image of his sister? We both froze, hearing Elder Sister's shrill voice. Wait, that means... I am not Ayame. I am her younger brother, Yosuga. Do I look that much like my sister? Yes, very much so. There was an unusual atmosphere between Yosuga and Elder Sister. Yosuga was glaring at Elder Sister while she seemed desperate to avoid his gaze. I was in the middle, unable to take a side. Lady Shura, I must ask you something. Yosuga opened the canister on his waist. Was it you who laid this handkerchief over my sister's dead body? Her expression said it all. Yosuga grabbed elder sister's shoulders and pulled her face close to his. Lady Shura, so you were the one who killed my sister. Not now, let's not jump to conclusions. She might have snuck in the same as you after the fact. Killed? Huh? Yes. My sister left a message to me stating that she was killed by the blue. Elder sister? The look in her eyes was very similar to the one she showed when we were discussing Yomogi. I think maybe elder sister, like, couldn't really do anything, right? Like, as a woman, like, I think it was more Sakyo meddling than elder sister. But it is interesting that she knows Ayame enough to mourn her by putting a handkerchief on her face. But this time, there's also a deep sense of grief and regret. I see. So Ayame left such a message. It is true that I killed her. Wait, are you confessing for realsies? Elder sister? But what does it matter now? Do you plan on bringing me to justice with that alone? Lady Shura, how dare you? Unable to control his emotions any longer, Yosuga grabbed elder sister's shoulders again with both hands. We're not gonna cause a commotion here, are we? Like, even if you're some, like, underworld mafia-esque character, that people are not gonna take too kindly if you assassinate their leader. Yosuga, calm down! How dare you kill my sister? You! What are you doing there? Uh-oh, the guards. Arrest him! That scoundrel! It is all right. With her usual ease, she smiled at the guards gathering around us. We simply had to walk down memory lane. There is no need to arrest this man. Okay, sure. Now I'm starting to believe you didn't kill Ayame, but maybe you were privy to the information? But I shall return to my manor. And with that, elder sister walked away without looking back. His fists were clenched with fury and disappointment. I wanted to say something to him, but I couldn't think of any words that would help. Sister. Yosuga. Let's go back to Yomi for now. Staying here any longer is only going to make matters worse. You are right. After disembarking the Fiacre, we began walking back toward Kunado, when suddenly Yosuga stopped in his tracks. Is there something you need? Ah! Standing in front of him was Sakyo. I witnessed your exchange back at the Blue District. I was there on house call. A house call? You mean to further conspire with that fox? I finally understand why Yomi's Jigoku Dayu sees me as his enemy. I know you will not believe me, but I trust you. Deep down, we share certain similarities. If possible, I would like to keep you as an ally, but it seems you despise both me and elder sister. You may have tried to hide it behind a smile, but your desire to get to the bottom of me has not gone unnoticed. Now, I did not believe I had done anything to earn your hatred, and I did not realize you felt it to this extent. I tend to keep such things private. A while back, I heard something interesting. That you had begun to dote on Olympia of the White. You understand more than most how unwise it is to grow attached to things. After all, who knows what will become of that weakness? Uh-oh. Hence, I let fate decide what you would do. All I want is her white blood, so it will be convenient for me no matter the outcome. Consider that woman from the Versi my warning to you. Wait, are you talking about Masuhana? Did he get her, or was it just like the fact that he was going after her? Like, hey look, I can control the military. Any further mischief from you will lead to misfortune. You can still turn back now. Just pretend you know nothing and live a happy life with her. What do you want from all this? I wish to find a cure for Haku. And you want Yosuga dead? That has yet to be decided. However, should he dare attempt any action detrimental to my work, I'll be forced to be rid of him for good. I understand he has taken custody of that shoeshine boy in the bathhouse. It seems he is using Yomi itself as his hostage. He's just, you're the one who's trying to get hostages. Why you? I am glad you and Yosuga are kind people. Neither of you will falter at threats or pain, but both sway easily when others are targeted. Neither you nor Yosuga are fools. You know what path you should take. That's right. Allow me to say this. I did not order Nagusa to act as he did. Nagusa's just Nagusa. He's just an idiot regardless of the route. Nagusa's color class is indeed valuable to me. He is of the same tier as Yosuga and I are. But from my point of view, Nagusa is still a child. Yosuga frowned with irritation. What was this man trying to imply? Nagusa knows nothing of despair. Despair? The word was unpleasant on its own, but hearing it from him made it sound even worse. He has been gifted looks and brains, and is no doubt next in line to become the next leader of the Jade. As far as I know, he has gotten everything he has ever wanted. And he has never lost anything. I have made a point of trusting only those who have tasted despair. That's an awful thing to say. That is why I trust both you and Yosuga. But we're just as schemy as you are, though. Nagusa, you can Nagusa's, I guess, naive, a powerful, naive, dangerous narcissist. But I guess that would make him like easier to predict, right? You lost your homeland and your loved ones, and suffer the whispers and gossip of others to this day. That is enough. Yosuga, hand over the handkerchief and message. How do you know I have that? You think I have not taken any measures to protect such important things? That paper had something much more important written on it. Was there a secret message? Huh? I don't recall seeing anything special. They could have maybe written it in invisible ink. They are apothecaries. They could probably make invisible ink. I suggest you bring that fox to me, if you wish to read it. Now, if you will excuse us. Yosuga took hold of my hand and we walked away. Why does he want Shura? I feel like Shura wasn't responsible. Maybe she knew, but she wasn't responsible. Alright, well, we managed to extract ourselves from that situation. Now then, what shall we do? If possible, I would ask that you stay by my side. You mean stay at your bathhouse? I think that should be fine. I'll take care of this as soon as possible. Just as we were about to continue on our way, a certain old lady came walking towards us. Sorry, Yosuga, just 1 second. What? I thought I asked you to stay near me. Bye. I ran towards the old lady. Good day. Katsuyama, the old lady. Thank you very much helping us escape yesterday. I didn't do it to help you, too. I just can't stand those military idiots. Still, you saved us. Yosuga, your rival has managed to make Yomi an even more miserable place than before. But you are someone I trust and respect. You protected the women here before I arrived. Why were you yelling at them to make babies, though? Just give up and make babies. Big talk from the little brat that used to cry at the canal. I guess she's embarrassed? Perhaps noticing my curiosity, Yosuga cut in with a wry smile. We owe her a debt of gratitude for saving Asaha's life. Asaha's father lived on the surface. I cannot prove this myself, however. A newborn infant was abandoned in front of the orphanage. With the infant was a short letter, saying that the infant's father was from a primary color class. Primary? He has lots of colors in there, though. He has lots of primary colors mixed in his features. Of course, it could simply be a lie. We have no evidence to the contrary. But Yomi women coerced into mating with men from the surface often bear children with undesirable traits, who are later abandoned. Unless they're lucky enough to somehow get, like just a single solid color. As you have noticed, Asa was born with a mix of various color traits. He has a lot of highlights. He has, like, lovely green eyes. It's cute. Like, I don't like it. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just not a solid color. It may have frightened his mother, who later abandoned him. His color traits are unusual, even by Yomi standards, so people suggested he be killed. Wait, really? I thought there was, like, the Pied class that were also, like, a mishmash of colors, not just like, you know, just a mixture of, like, blended brown or something. Is it because he has, like, a little bit of everything that's a little scary? It was then that she intervened. She suggested that he could at least be a corpse bearer. And despite the disdain she expressed to me each time we met, Granny was my strongest ally in establishing Yomi's consent system. Old habit. Perhaps Kuroma still calls her the same. That'd be funny, just Kuroma be like, yo, Granny. Like, to be like, shut up. I smiled, imagining them talking to her so endearingly. We have known her since we were around Asaha's age, and she has scolded us countless times. I still do not dare to defy her to this day, even though she's like a weak old lady. Those memories. Those memories of childhood. It's like, fear the old lady. I just learned something new about him. That was how they lived down here. I now had another reason to like Yomi. Right, hey Camellia. Welcome back. I just brought Masuhana and Asaha their meals. Thank you, and how are they doing? About that. Masuhana has been very calm. In fact, she's so bored that she insists on helping with the tailoring. I mean, there's probably a lot of work to do in the bathhouse. Mending. So I lent her our sewing kit and a bunch of fabric. As for Asaha, don't tell me he's run off or gotten sick. Not sick at all. He's so feisty that he's actually pouting to try and get me to let him outside. In that case, I will speak to him. Maybe he could do like some gardening or something. Gotta like put him to work. Thank you very much. After watching Yosuga walk down the corridor, Camellia spun around to face me again. Well now, you sure have a lot going on. I'll do what I can to help. I'm sorry to cause so much trouble. No trouble at all. I'm having the time of my life. It's like living in a story. Oh, Juliet.
But despite what she says, she is terribly concerned about everyone involved.
And I really want to see Lord Yosuga and Lady Olympia happy together. The sudden mention of a sensitive topic made me look away sheepishly. You know, I've read a lot of love stories besides just Romeo and Juliet. Stories with both good endings and bad endings. But I still don't really understand love and romance. I asked Lord Tsukiyomi about it, and he says it's because I wasn't made with a soul. Wait, you sure do act human, though. He said it'd get in the way of being a doll, so he just left it out. But in exchange, he did give me the power to talk to Juliet. So many stories I've studied, and just not about love, but anything I can find about humans. So I think I understand what it means to be surprised, or sad, or happy. But I'm not sure if what I understand is right or not. Camellia rubbed Juliet's small head. Although she had a smile on her face, there was a hint of loneliness in her eyes. I mean, can you say she doesn't have a soul? She seems to be feeling something. Was Camellia really a doll? Camellia, I know Tsukiyomi is a kind person, but sometimes he can be very mean. So I don't think you should trust him when he says he didn't give you a soul. Huh? After all, a person without a soul wouldn't want to become friends with someone else. Friends? Camellia blinked several times. Sure, your body may be a little different from ours, but I think you do have a soul of your own. At the very least, that's what I believe is true. By the power of friendship. Huh? Oh no, she's crying. Oh no, did we turn into a real girl? By the power of friendship? There's water in my eyes. I guess I have to get myself calibrated soon. Calibrated? But are you sure those aren't tears? Tears? Could it be the things that humans shed when they're sad or happy? I took a handkerchief out of my bag and gently patted the tears rolling down her cheeks. Yes, it's the thing that comes out of people's eyes when they're happy or sad. Aw. Camellia wiped her eyes with delicate fingers. I see. So these are tears. She stared at her wet fingertips. It's the first time I've cried. I never knew I had it in me to cry. I'm like a human. I'm so happy. She batted her eyelids again. She did so as she was enjoying the tears, looking both bewildered and satisfied. Camellia, let's always be friends forever. Right. Oh, what? Hello? Even if this world is destroyed, I will always be your friend. Camellia? What's the matter? Huh? Did I just say something? What? Can you elaborate? She doesn't remember what she said. I guess she does need to have her spring wound soon. Camellia, if you don't mind, will you let me wind your spring? Huh? Would you really do that for me? Are we not gonna elaborate on what she just said? I want to try it out. Okay, well, I guess so. Yay! Thank you very much. It'll be a big scene if we do it out here. So let's have you wind me in Lord Yosuga's room instead. Oh my. To the bedroom. After I wound Camelia's spring, she skipped out of the room happily just as Yosuga was about to come through the doorway. I'm back. I've given Asa a new book to read. You must be very pleased. It'll certainly occupy him for the time being. And he needs some work to do. Give him some homework. I'm glad, but I hope we're able to sort this whole situation out soon. I also moved them from the storeroom to the dressing room I have in the back, so it'd be less depressing. Masahana is familiar with the place, and our guests are not aware it exists. I feel sorry for those two, for involving them in my personal affairs. And to you as well. I'm fine, so please cheer up. You know as well as I do that I have my reasons for being involved. To protect my bloodline. My sister really was killed by her. Hearing Yosuga's low voice made me want to cry out. Don't be so quick to make assumptions. What assumptions? She admitted it herself. I don't think she did it. I think she feels guilty because she might know something. Do you really think so? If that's the case, you should try and calm down a bit. I could tell Yosuga was slightly embarrassed to hear me say that. Elder sister was surprised when you talked about the message that your sister left. Which means she didn't know about it. Also, I would like to know what else the letter said. You're too clever to not have noticed that too. She only did it as a bluff to fool us. I think you're just looking, you're trying to find the information you want. So quickly? She wasn't like her usual self after that too. Then why would she lie that she killed her? It makes no sense. Maybe she's trying to protect Sakyo. Maybe she's trying to take the blame. Well, yes, it doesn't make sense, but I'm glad everything has been made clear now. Those two were the culprits after all. It was obvious that Yosuga was being stubborn. Then again, if I were in his position, I wouldn't be able to stay calm either. For some reason, it doesn't feel like Elder Sister is the killer. In that case, could it have been him? I guess it could be possible, but why would Yosuga's sister leave a message saying that it was the blue that killed her? You don't think she's the killer, do you? Oh, okay, I have to create a save file. If I pick a wrong answer, it's gonna divert us to a bad ending. So let's go down, save over. Yeah, save over this one. So Riku's old save file. Alright, so we want a good ending, so I don't think she is. To be honest, I don't think she is. I would like to calm myself as you suggested. Can you ask Amelia to prepare a room for you? He withdrew his hand from me after he spoke. I quickly grabbed onto it before it left me completely. Oh, we're not gonna leave the bedroom. What? It's alright. You and I will survive this. Once it's all done, let's go to Tenyo Island together. Tenyo Island? His response confused me a bit. Why did I just say that? I'm sorry if that was really sudden, but maybe I thought of it because I'd like to see Ikimizu spring with you again. It really was sudden. but it has cheered me up greatly to hear you say that. I think I am feeling more calm now. Yosuga tightened his grip on my hand. I could no longer see the cold shadow in his eyes. Okay, this was actually shorter. A trade for the future. Alright, we're getting close to the end. I wonder how this is all gonna go down. I hope we don't do something silly. Like barge in at Elder Sister Shura's place. Alright, well. Now we're gonna have to find out what this trade is in the next episode. I hope you guys are having a fun and relaxing time. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.